All right, Collin. So I want to go back a little bit. After not being drafted, if someone told you, don't worry, your journey's just getting started, you're going to win a national championship, you're going to be a Hobie Baker finalist, you're going to be one of the most sought after undrafted guys going in the NHL, and then 88 games into your NHL career, you're going to be an everydayer, what would you have told them?
I would have said that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it obviously everyone wants to get drafted, but, for me, I think it helped not being drafted.
What was it like kind of coming to that realization of not getting drafted and then putting all your effort into the next however years it was going to take for you to get to the goal that you wanted to get to?
Yeah, I just wanted to honestly just beat the guys who were drafted, prove that I was better than them and that I belonged, and put that chip on your shoulder and take it personal sometimes when you're playing against a guy or something like that. And I think that's an attitude that I always try to have.
Has there been a moment though that you've been able to kind of just take a step back and take a deep breath and reflect on everything that's kind of happened for you to get to this place?
Yeah, I think a big moment of reflection for me was after our team won the national championship. I had the opportunity to leave that year, but I decided to come back and keep improving some other areas of my game. And I think that was one of the moments where, even though I had the opportunity to sign pro, that I wanted to get better and have more opportunities to train more in college with the less games and more time to practice and training schedule. I think that was something that I wanted to do.
Was that the turning point where you kind of thought, okay, the pro life is there and I'm going to get there, or after not going drafted, or was there another point where you're like, okay, things have shifted and I think I could still get to where I need to get to?
Honestly, no, that was the point.
Mm-hmm.
After we won the national championship, I hadn't talked to a team ever
Mm-hmm.
before that, and then obviously winning helps. And after we won, a couple teams reached out, and then sort of tried to put it off for that junior year and just sort of play and enjoy it and try to help the team as much as I could. And then towards the end there, and then after the season ended, that's when on full swing into pro.
Everyone says you grew a lot after
Mm-hmm.
that draft year. How much did you actually grow?
I don't really know. I definitely gained a lot of weight, that's for sure. But yeah, I was also just playing in a lower tier league. I just didn't have as many eyes on me. I think there's sort of a combination of a lot of things that led to me not getting picked.
But now you talked about it, that undrafted label. Is it almost at this point now where you start carving out your spot? There's Kiefer Sherwood now coming over, Barclay Goodrow. That label never changes and never goes away, but now it seems like it can be a badge of honor.
No, I wouldn't say that I try to. I mean, everyone plays hockey. Like, we're all hockey players. I don't think that I view myself differently because I'm undrafted. I think that it's just sort of part of my journey. Everyone's different, and you look at any team, every team, that there's guys that came from all different paths and stuff like that. So everyone's got their own unique journey. It's funny sometimes. Like, there's guys that I played with when I was 10 years old that I haven't seen again until now. Like, everyone just sort of finds their own way here.
Is there anybody that kind of sticks out on that journey that you're like, oh, I remember you?
Yeah, I have Vincent Iorio.
Oh, yeah?
When he got claimed, I played in a spring hockey tournament with him when I was like 12.
Nice.
So, but even like on the dad's trip, like my dad and his dad probably remember that trip better than we do. So it was funny that and I saw that we played him. I was like, oh, I know him.
Macklin was just talking to Drew about just how small the hockey world is. It just seems like you always run into those type of conversations, those type of stories.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
When you go back now, you've played up and down the lineup, but you've had time with Macklin and Will. Just 2 years after guys dominating college, have you kind of just laughed to each other, just like, man, 2 years ago we were playing NCAA hockey, we were just having time of our life, and now we're the top line for the San Jose Sharks?
Maybe a little bit last year. We talked about college. I think this year you're getting a little bit further away from it, but yeah, it's pretty funny. I remember played against them. They were both of their teams were really good too, so it was a real pain to play against them. It's a lot more fun playing with them for sure.
We talked about your penalty kill, and
Mm-hmm.
we all know now that you didn't do penalty kill till you got to the pro level and then playing for the San Jose Sharks. What does it take to be a good penalty killer?
I think there's a couple things. I'd say just trying to think the game well, making sure that you're trying to think about what the power play is trying to do and stuff like that, and then just having a good active stick and just trying to get in lanes and break up passes, trying to just make it so it's not clean for them.
Does that help that you have been on power plays in the past and that you are on power plays and you're offensive guy as well, that you can kind of anticipate what they're trying to work on? Or does it all just go down to scouting report and stuff like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I would say it's more scouting report.
Okay, cool. So you now are at this level where you guys are all kind of growing together. You know, the young core is growing, but then you have the vets and you have Alex Wenberg, you have Tyler Toffoli. Why does this mix seem to work so well?
That's a good question. I've never seen anything else, so I guess it's hard for me to answer that one. I think it's all a good group of guys. Like everyone hangs out with everyone. Like there's no I don't know. I just feel like it's fun. It's loose around the locker room, and guys have a good time, and I think that translates onto the ice.
This is your first NHL locker room, of course, but you won a national championship, and that team was close. Is there any similarities you feel about just the culture and kind of the bond that those two teams had?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest one is that we can we keep it loose off the ice and away from the rink, and guys, and we have fun. Just gotta have some fun, but when we get on the ice, whether that's practice or in the gym or obviously a game, like everyone's dialed in and everyone's working towards the same goal. I'd say that's probably the biggest similarity.
What aspect of your game are you kind of most proud of?
I would say my adaptability. I think I'm pretty good at playing with different guys and sort of doing what I do and playing off other guys, and depending on what time or even in game situation, like what kind of plays we need if we're up a goal, if we're down a goal, stuff like that. I think my adaptability is something that I'm proud of. Do
you change your game too much depending on if you're on the first, second, or third line, or is it just you just go play Collin Graf hockey?
I try not to.
Yeah,
I try not to. I don't think that there's if you're worried about that, then you might start overthinking things. I think it's just trying to stick to what I'm good at, and obviously there's different situations where you want to do different things, but I'd say in terms of what line, I don't try to change anything.
You guys, as the team turned around, the season turned around in November and into December, and even now, playoffs, you never really seemed like you guys shied away from it. I know Mario Ferraro at one point was like the P word, but it was always talked about. And I always found that interesting because I feel like in a team in your situation where you're trying to flip things around, that maybe that would feel like a big bad monster out there or something like a cloud hanging over you. But you guys attacked it. Was that something you guys talked about, or is it just kind of something that naturally happened?
I think it was pretty natural. I think it was just sort of, like last year, it wasn't really like it is what it is. We weren't really thinking about it, and I think just having a good little stretch there after a bad start, and sort of just everyone, you look at the standings all the time, just like how you look at it. Everyone looks at the NHL app and checks out the scores and checks out all sorts of stuff like that, and just because it's our job and we all love hockey, and even when we're away from the rink, like you're turning the game on and stuff like that. So I think it's just something that we were aware of, and I don't think we're scoreboard watching or like getting all right, but I think it's just something that if we keep playing our game, like we're in a good spot. There's still room to improve, and it's the goal at the end of the year. It's to make playoffs. So if you don't want to shy away from something that you're working towards.
Is it hard to not overanalyze when you're looking at the standings as just like a fan or someone who enjoys hockey, that you're like, oh, we got this, we have 2 points back? Is it hard to not get into that mindset and just look at it, glance, and say, okay, and go move forward?
I would say it's a little hard, yeah. Especially when it's like a team like near you.
Yeah.
But no, I think, at this point, we obviously control our own destiny, so it's more about us than any other team.
I was watching the Flyers-Mammoth game last night. I was like, man, Flyers, just finish that one out, guys. Just finish that one out, and then all turn around. But what team, you said you turn on hockey, is there a team that you like to watch just when you are just kind of decompressing?
No, I wouldn't pick a specific team. It's
just whatever.
It's nice. On. Yeah, it's nice being on the West Coast. So at 4:00, there's already a game on. So I'd say by 4, whatever East Coast team is playing, that's what I'll be watching.
All right. So now you guys are right in the thick of it, of this playoff chase, trying to track down and flip this whole thing around. What's it going to take to finish this thing off? Getting through the Olympic break, and then the sprint towards the end?
I think you can't look too many games ahead. I think just these 6 games before break are really important. We obviously have just the one home one, so got to make sure we're ready to go for that one. And then the road trip is again really important. There's some good teams on that one, so we got to be ready to go and try to stay as consistent as possible. I think over the last month, there's been a little bit of inconsistencies in terms of our game, so I think it's just trying to play a mature game and give ourselves a chance in every single one.
I know you guys talk about going game by game, but I mean, it's hard to not look at the 4 straight back-to-backs. The midst that you're in right now, 10 games, all in different barns going into the Olympic break. How do you keep yourself looking at it game to game instead of the bigger picture of what the schedule kind of presents to you?
Yeah, I think it's just a bad attitude if you're going to complain about everything. Like
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, we get treated really well, so it's not something that. I mean, I don't know how other schedules are. I think 4 back-to-backs in a row is definitely something that is new. I don't know if a lot of teams have experienced that, but it's over. So we did as well as we could, and now we gotta look forward to this stretch without any back-to-backs.
What's your Olympic break plans?
I think I'm gonna go home for a bit, hopefully, and then maybe go down to Florida for a bit.
And do you know that you're kind of a social media darling? You know that they have memes, the Coldplay ones.
I've seen the look at that. Yeah, I've seen that one. I've seen that one. I think one of the fans gave me a picture of that one. So that was funny.
What's it like? You're a pretty grounded guy, kind of unassuming in a lot of ways, but now to kind of have that other side of you, because you're just a professional athlete, but that's also something that doesn't get talked about a lot, that this is now some of your reality. How do you kind of deal with all that ever-changing things that come with being a professional hockey player?
Yeah, I think it's fun. Like it's part of the it's part of the job, and it's fun interacting with fans at the practice rink, and they're always here, and it's awesome that they always come and support. And then at the games have been great. So hopefully Friday's rocking, and it should be fun. I know it's our job and that's thing, but it's a game that we all love to play, so it should be fun playing it.
Guys call you Graffer, obviously that's your nickname, but we like to give a graphic warning whenever you score a goal, something like that, or especially when you got the scar face on your, that was it was a good play. I also call you Area 51 because of obviously your number.
Okay.
Are you partial to either of those? Do you like one or the other? Is there one that we should really key in on?
The graphic warning one's funny. I've never heard that one before. That's a new one.
That would be great if we got shirts made with like graphic warning on your face. There we go.
There you go.
And last one for you. You're a Boston guy, obviously. New England area. Patriots are still in it. It's here at Levi's. Any thought of the Super Bowl, or have you heard of any of the other Boston guys maybe looking at Super Bowl tickets?
I did look at them. They're a little pricey. But they got to go into Denver. They got to go into Denver first. There's been some bad games there. And when I was a kid, I remember Brady versus Manning. There were a couple bad ones when they went to Denver. But they're having a good stretch, and it's nice to see them back to how they were when I was a kid. Every single year they'd be right in the thick of it coming down to the end, and it was a good city to grow up in for sports championships. We got
an open pack.
Okay.
You want to open it?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. And if you have a story or something, a nugget comes up with any of the guys that you see, feel free.
Should I show the screen, or?
You can show them if you want. Anything good?
Alex DeBrincat.
DeBrincat. Hellebuck.
MVP Connor Hellebuck.
Okay.
Sam Rinzel.
Rinzel. Oh, that's a pretty good rookie card. Sam Rinzel. He's having a decent season.
Swayman.
Swayman.
Yossi.
Roman. 1,000 game coming up for Roman.
Bedard.
This is Bedard, a flash. Ooh, blue. Bedard. Oh, Collin Graf coming in with some luck here. There we go. We'll take that.
Another Bedard.
2. We got 2.
And Marchenko.
I feel
like that's a pretty good haul.
That's a pretty good haul.
Yeah, there you
Thanks,
go.
Graffer. Graphic warning. You got to send that out there. All right, man.
That's
Appreciate
awesome.
you. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.